Holland America has a reputation for being the cruise line for an older crowd. While that might be true in most cases, that doesn't mean you should rule them out when planning your next cruise. After sailing on several of their ships recently, I've realized they're a misunderstood cruise line, a great product. While they may not have the buzz or flash of other adult-oriented cruise lines, they're still a very chill-friendly vacation destination with less crowds, premium touches, thermal suites on almost every ship, and standard features that are disappearing on newer ships like a full wraparound promenade and an observation lounge. In this episode of The Chill Cruiser, I'll explore the 15 reasons why Holland America is worth considering if you're looking for a chill cruising experience. Hey cruisers, Andrew from Toronto, Canada here. Welcome to The Chill Cruiser, where I explore cruising from a chill perspective. Today I'm going to explore why I think Holland America is worth a first or second look, depending on how many years you've been cruising. When I started cruising in 2010, Holland had a reputation as being the cruise line for a much older crowd than other cruise lines, with not much to do after dinner. I cruised on them twice, and that was definitely the case on one cruise, where most nights the program ended at 9 p.m. I enjoyed both cruises overall, but they didn't inspire any loyalty to the cruise line. Fast forward to last year when I had the opportunity to sail on Holland's newest ship, Rotterdam, which is part of their popular Pinnacle class. I was really impressed with the premium touches of the ship and pleasantly surprised to see that there were a lot of fun things to do at night, including the incredible B.B. King's Blues Club. After that cruise, I definitely wanted to go back on a Holland ship and have since sailed on several ships in 3 out of 4 of the classes in their fleet. Although some of their older ships still do lack a pulse at night, I realized that most of their ships offer great chill-friendly amenities that outshine even the newest ships on trendy lines like Celebrity and Virgin Voyages. Most ships also come standard with features that are disappearing on newer megaships, like a wraparound promenade and an observation lounge. All ships also feature thoughtful touches that if they were ever offered on other cruise lines, they were discontinued long ago as part of a cost-cutting exercise. If you're looking for super chic design and to party every night, then Holland definitely isn't for you. But if you're looking primarily to relax with the option to let loose every now and then Holland is definitely worth a look. I'll explore 15 reasons why, according to the categories I use in my ship reviews, like vibe, cabins, and amenities. But I'll start with their ships overall. The first reason is that Holland ships are smaller than most cruise lines. While mega ships are now regularly topping out at more than 5,000 people, and newer premium ships from Celebrity are getting closer to 4,000, Holland's largest ship accommodates under 2,700 people at double capacity, and their smallest ships have less than 1,500 people. That means aside from the buffet at peak times, you'll rarely experience any crowds, and then embarkation is usually a very relaxed affair with next to no lineups. And when you want to go to the Lido deck, you only have to go to deck 9 instead of deck 15. Another reason why I think Holland deserves a second look is their newer Pinnacle class ships. While they're slightly bigger than the rest of the fleet, they still feel like a smaller ship, but with big premium touches. The interior spaces are beautiful and feel like a 5-star hotel, including the dramatic main dining room with an open and airy design. Both the indoor and outdoor pools have large walk-in steps that make it very easy to get in and out. And the Solarium pool has a nice mezzanine with cozy nooks and lounges. Every cabin category is beautifully appointed. And then there's the legendary music walk with 3 fantastic music venues, all within steps of each other, including my favorite, the B.B. King's Blues Club, which usually features a 5-piece band and 2 vocalists that bring the house down most nights of every cruise. B.B. King's used to be on every Holland ship, but is now unfortunately only on the Pinnacle class. Another reason to consider Holland if you're planning a cruise to Alaska is that they offer a glacier guarantee. If for whatever reason a ship doesn't visit at least one glacier that's on the itinerary, they'll give you a 15% credit that you can apply to another cruise. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it's better than nothing, which is what Princess gave after canceling a glacier stop when I was on Majestic Princess in 2022. We found out hours before we were supposed to visit the Dawes Glacier that we were going directly to Juneau to evacuate a sick patient. Princess didn't even try to show pictures of what we missed, let alone provide compensation or make any apparent effort to reschedule the glacier stop. The glacier was canceled, and the captain and the cruise director never mentioned the G word again the rest of the cruise. With Holland America's guarantee, I think the costs of providing a credit gives them an incentive to do as much as they can to either avoid canceling a glacier stop or finding a way to add one later in the cruise. I think that's huge because a glacier stop is usually the highlight of an Alaskan cruise. Let's move on to the vibe of their ships. Big reason Holland's worth considering is that because their itineraries and programming are geared towards adults, there are much fewer kids than most other cruise lines. I've now been on more than 6 Holland ships, and on most you could count the number of kids with one hand. That obviously doesn't mean there's no kids like on Virgin, and that there won't be more kids on holiday cruises, but it doesn't mean you don't have to worry about kids running amok most of the time. Another thing I really like about the vibe of Holland ships is the Dutch flair. You see the signature blue delt pattern everywhere, from the dining room to the cafe to room service. On every cruise, there's a Dutch-inspired menu in the main dining room with delicious options I'd never tried before, like hodgepodge klapstuk, and this dish that starts with a T that I won't even dare try to pronounce. At least once a cruise, you also get a tasty mini stroopwafel treat in your cabin, and there are even more Dutch treats available every day at the Grand Dutch Cafe on Pinnacle-class ships. You also see hints of the signature Dutch orange everywhere, from art to crew uniforms. Speaking of orange, one welcome change that really stood out when I tried Holland America again was the orange party, which brings some of the fun energy to the cruise that was missing years ago. It's hosted once every cruise and is another opportunity to celebrate Dutch flair with orange cocktails and Dutch treats. Guests are encouraged to wear orange, and most usually do. The night of the orange party is also when they host the famous bar hop, where you can meet other guests while trying some refreshing cocktails, playing games, and watching some entertaining bartenders. The bar hop ends with a fun procession that leads directly to the heart of the dance floor of the orange party, which on Pinnacle-class ships is the fun BB King's Blues Club. Let's talk about the amenities on Holland ships, which are a big reason why they're worth a first or second look. First is that every ship has popular venues and features that are disappearing, from newer megaships like a forward observation lounge to enjoy a panoramic view, a full wraparound promenade that offers a stunning aft view, and a library. And it's not just any ordinary library. On every one of the 6 ships I've been on, the library felt more like a nice bookstore with illuminated shelves and multiple copies of each book available. They also had several cozy lounge chairs that offer some of the best places at sea to relax and read. Second is that every ship features a solarium-style pool with a retractable roof. This makes the main pool and surrounding area comfortable regardless of the weather and itinerary. It also means they can surround the pool with super comfortable padded loungers. This can make a big difference on itineraries like Alaska, where the weather is very unpredictable, even in the middle of the summer. It's something I wish was on Ruby Princess when I went back to Alaska on Princess last year. Even though it was mid-July, the weather went from 80 degrees to 50 degrees within a few hours of leaving Vancouver, and it stayed at 50 degrees for several days. All of Ruby's 4 pools were outdoor, so they were essentially useless for most of the cruise. Most Holland ships also feature 2 very chill-friendly features you usually only find on newer ships, if at all. The first is a full thermal suite available for an extra fee, with heated loungers, sauna, and steam rooms, and a hydrotherapy pool, which is one of my favorite amenities. This is just an awesome place to de-stress and detox, and I love the powerful shower that offers a great scalp and back massage. Most new cruise ships have a steam room and sauna, but I've been surprised that ships from adult-oriented lines like Virgin and Celebrity don't offer a similar hydrotherapy pool. When I was on the Scarlet Lady earlier this year, their thermal suite only had small, cool, and warm tubs, but no hot tubs with a massage shower. Princess has their fantastic Enclave thermal suite, but it's only available on their newer Royal and Sun-class ships, while Holland's thermal suite is available on every one of their ships aside from the Zaandam and Volendam. Most Holland ships also feature a complimentary sauna that's available to every guest. The second chill-friendly feature on most Holland ships is the Retreat, which is a private sun deck area available for an extra fee, with cabanas and dedicated attendants who can bring you drinks and a light lunch. All Holland ships also feature really nice premium touches that you can't find in other lines at this price point. One of my favorites is that every cabin has bath products from Elemis, including hand soap, body lotion, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. It's a treat to use these products every day. Every time you wash your hands, you're reminded of how nice the products are, from the rich lather and the nice scent. My friend usually brings her own bath products onto cruises because she doesn't like the quality, but when she joined me on the Nieuw Statendam last year, she didn't need to use them since she loved the Elemis option so much. At most sailaways, servers come around the aft pool, offering appetizers, which I think is a nice touch. At the end of the cruise, Holland also provides every guest with a collectible Dutch-themed plate that's customized for your ship class. It's a beautiful souvenir to bring home, that also serves as a great decoration and conversation starter. They also provide a sticker with a snapshot of the cruise that you can place in a souvenir logbook. Another reason to consider Holland America is their cabins, which are usually very roomy and nicely appointed. Cabins on Pinnacle class ships are beautiful with modern touches like cabinet underlighting and illuminated mirrors at the desk and in the bathroom. I've stayed in an Ocean View, Vista Suite, Signature Suite, and a Neptune Suite on Pinnacle class ships, and they were all impressive. The balconies on every ship class are also very roomy and feature reclining chairs and a footrest. I should note, though, that there are some Neptune suites with very small balconies in the SC category, which I'll cover in my review of Nieuw Statendam coming soon. Although the cabins on older ships are a bit dated, they're still roomy and feature bedside USB ports and other handy features like adjustable closet shelves. All cabins still receive evening turn-down service, and Ocean View cabins and above on Signature, Vista, and R class ships also feature a standard bathtub. Another very chill-friendly feature is that every cabin, regardless of category, includes a very cozy robe. If you've seen my previous videos, then you'll know I love chilling in the cabin or in the balcony in my robe. When I tried Virgin Voyages for the first time earlier this year, which positions itself as a premium line, I was surprised to find that the robes were not standard, and it took me several days and several negotiations to get one. And the largest they would give me was a medium, which was a bit snug. Their bathrooms also didn't include amenities like body lotion, which was surprising. Hit subscribe and watch out for my review of Scarlet Lady coming soon. Room service is another area where Holland America stands out. They offer an impressive room service menu that's available 24/7, and it's completely free. Not just breakfast like some lines, every course. That's huge for people like me who, again, love to avoid the crowds of the buffet and chill out in their cabin. I just disembarked the Zuiderdam in Quebec City, and their room service pulled pork sandwich was the best I've ever had, on land or sea. If you want to try some of the items on the main dining room dinner menu, but don't feel like dressing up, you can also order items from the dining room menu through room service until 9 p.m. every night, which is a great perk I've taken full advantage of several times. That's a good segue to dining on Holland America, where there are several other aspects that make them worthy of another look. Their overall dining offering is very solid with a nice array of deliciously prepared options in the main dining room. They also had options every night that are unique to your cruise's itinerary, which I'll be honest, can be a bit hit and miss. I just sailed on a Canada-New England cruise, and my friend was not impressed with their seafood offerings like the salmon bucatini or the salmon fillet. But their fleet-wide menu options are consistently good. Most ships also offer decent specialty dining options like their steakhouse, the Pinnacle Grill, which offers the mouth-wateringly delicious appetizer called the clothesline candied bacon. Signature and Pinnacle class ships also have Tamarind, which offers great Pan-Asian cuisine and has a really cool bar that you can visit regardless of whether you're dining at Tamarind. Like the main dining room though, service at specialty restaurants can be very hit and miss, but the food quality is usually excellent. There's also usually great casual dining options like a burger and hot dog kiosk on the Lido deck. Signature and Pinnacle class ships also have the New York Deli, which is a delicious option for pizza, sandwiches, and salads. You can place your order for both the burger and pizza places using Holland America's Navigator app. Pinnacle class ships also have the Grand Dutch Cafe I mentioned earlier. You can find menus from all of my Holland America cruises, along with pics of every dish I tried, on my website, thechillcruiser.blog. The final reason why I think Holland America is worth another look is their wine list. It's a small but solid list of options that are generally available at every bar throughout the ship. Many cruise lines now offer lengthy wine lists with everything from very cheap to very expensive options by the glass that can be hard to find at every venue. Holland's list isn't complicated, but the options they do have are really good. One of my favorite white wines is a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Even though it's one of the best-selling categories of wines in the US, it's become impossible to find on cruise lines like Princess, even if you upgrade your drink package. On Holland, it's one of their house wines, so you can get it at any bar, and it's included in their standard drink package. Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio is also available in the drink package, which surprised my friend who joined me on the Nieuw Statendam last year, because it's usually considered a premium wine that requires an upcharge. You can find the wine list along with bar menus from all of my Holland America cruises on my website, thechillcruiser.blog. Half Moon Cay, Holland America's private island in the Bahamas, is also one of my favorite Caribbean destinations. It has beautiful white sand beaches, few crowds, and a mobile daiquiri bar. This is definitely another reason to consider Holland, at least for now. This relaxed vibe might not remain after Carnival Corp, Holland's parent company, finishes expanding the facilities of the island so that several ships from all Carnival Corp brands, like Carnival, can visit on the same day. Carnival and Holland ships are scheduled to call on the same day for the first time on October 17th, 2026. On some days, like February 15th, 2027, 2 Carnival ships are scheduled to call the same day as a Holland ship, including the Mardi Gras, which accommodates more than 5,000 people. If you're considering a Holland America itinerary with a stop at Half Moon Cay, you can get an idea of how busy the island will be the day the ship's scheduled to visit by using sites like cruisetimetables.com or Cruise Mapper. Sites like What's Import can help you do a similar check for every port on any cruise itinerary. Like every cruise line, Holland America does have its quirks. Their buffet design means it can get very claustrophobic and chaotic during busy times. Their main stage entertainment is usually very high-tech, but not very entertaining. Their internet service can be a bit slow on some ships, and their decentralized design also means there's no social hub on the ship, like Princess's Piazza or Celebrity's Martini Bar. All of the bars and restaurant venues are fairly scattered throughout the ship. There is that music walk I mentioned on Pinnacle-class ships where all the main music venues are located side by side. If the main goal of your trip is to relax, enjoy some good food and live music without crowds, then Holland America is definitely a great option. If nightlife's important, I would definitely try a Pinnacle-class ship first, which means Koningsdam, Nieuw Statendam, and Rotterdam. Watch for reviews of all of these ships as well as Eurodam, Nieuw Amsterdam, and Zuiderdam coming soon. If you've cruised Holland America recently and can think of areas I didn't cover, please add them below in the comments. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for supporting my channel. If you're not yet a subscriber and found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you consider subscribing because it helps me grow the channel and create more content like this. While I work on all those reviews I mentioned, you can check out my first impressions video of Rotterdam here. Thank you for watching and happy cruising.